Now let's move away from Ghana. The lover, an alleged main accomplice who helped infamous convict Thabo Bester fake his death and escape prison, has withdrawn her bail application due to new evidence. Dr. Nandipha Magudumana and 5 other accused appeared in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court last week for a bail application hearing. Now, if you remember, Bester escaped in May last year after faking his death in a prison fire.
Magudumana's legal representative explained that she was not abandoning her bail application but has requested a postponement. The bail application has been postponed to later this week, the same day as Bester's court appearance. Joining us this morning to discuss this further is journalist and editor Dr. Candice Bailey. Good morning. Good to have you join us.
Morning, Breakfast Central team.
Now, do we know what the new crucial evidence is that has come to light, which has, of course, led to the postponement of the application by Thabo Bester's fiancée or lover, Dr. Nandipha Magudumana?
His lover. Indeed, we don't know what the evidence is at this moment, but we are awaiting with bated breath to understand what exactly has led to her postponing her bail application. It seems that we will know this later this week. In fact, tomorrow they'll all be appearing in court. And according to her lawyer, she will probably be applying for bail tomorrow. Now, what they've said in the meanwhile is that this evidence still needed further investigation and that they still needed to deal with that before they could bring it to the court. So let's wait and see what happens tomorrow to understand exactly why, what the evidence was.
Okay, there are also others, who are also seeking bail, and I hope that we can also hear, about their bail applications so far. But yesterday, media houses were issued with an addendum stating that on the days of the hearing of the formal bail application, there will be no live recordings of the proceedings. Can you share with us why that is? And then any updates on the other persons, including the G4S former staff and their applications?
So also the bail applications of all other 5 co-accused continued on Thursday and Friday. And what we saw was evidence coming to light that was really being reported in the media in terms of how they had been aiding Thabo Bester and his lover Nandipha Magudumana in his escape. Their bail application was postponed until tomorrow as well. So the final details of that bail application will continue tomorrow. In terms of why the ban has happened, we are not sure, but it seems that there was quite sensitive information that has emerged, and probably some very high-profile people that would be called in as witnesses. Now, journalists will be able to sit in on the proceedings, but they will not be able to record it live, and they will be able to report on the proceedings after the court case. So at least the public will still have a little bit of detail in terms of what happened. But in the meanwhile, some of the details that have emerged from those bail applications is that the security guards that helped Thabo Bester and his lover with his escape were not paid the monies that they were promised, but they were promised quite large sums of monies in South Africa. But definitely there are some challenges in terms of how they proceeded and how Bester and his lover Magudumana didn't actually provide them with what they promised.
Right. So what is expected to happen on the 16th of May? That is tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, tomorrow they appear in court. So, in fact, Bester appears in court tomorrow. Magudumana's father, who's been granted bail, also comes back to court, and Nandipha, as well as the 5 other co-accused, appear. So, for the first time since Nandipha and Thabo and everybody else was arrested, they will now all appear in court at the same stage, at the same time. They are facing 16 charges of corruption, fraud, aiding and abetting a criminal escape, and also violating a corpse. So they will. It's likely that the bail application will first continue. If it does have judgment tomorrow, the media will be able to report on that judgment, and they'll be able to live record that judgment. But we will wait and see to see if the bail application proceedings are going to be wrapped up before they proceed with the matters of the court.
All right, now let's also talk about the family of the young man who, of course, his body was the one allegedly used to replace Thabo Bester in jail. I heard that the father, of course, was asking questions. So can you tell us, what's going on with that case? What are the questions being asked? Is it likely that, of course, that a new case will emerge from there also?
So also at the moment, what we've known from the National Prosecuting Authority is that the charge of murder that was added to the charge sheet of all 8 accused has been withdrawn. Now, that was the charge linked to Katlego Bareng's body that was used as a replacement body in Thabo Bester's cell. That murder charge has been removed, but it's still that the charge that's been placed on the record at the moment is violating a corpse. So obviously, Katlego Bareng's family have been at court. They've been watching proceedings. They are likely to be there tomorrow as well. They do want answers, and they do want to know how this actually managed to go to reach this stage. But I think that they are also waiting for proceedings to just unfold and to see how the court handles this issue.
How would you say that the people of South Africa are reacting to how this whole court case has been handled? I mean, we know that there have been concerns as to how the effective dispensation of justice in this matter. So would you say that people of South Africa are very pleased? Also, there are reports here that the father, it says, I'm going to read the exact headline. It says, Thabo Bester, that Lipolo's father, ashamed, begs for forgiveness. Does that in any way affect what the sentencing of the court would be?
Well, I must tell you that the case is probably one of the most bizarre and gripping crime cases that has hit South Africa in the last 6 months, and it continues to just keep South Africans gobsmacked. So they are following it with bated breath and with eager eyes, I can tell you that. In terms of justice being meted out, I think that there is an expectation on the South African public that justice will be meted out, and there is a hope that it will be meted out. Obviously, Thabo Bester's case shows mass impunity on the part of criminals who are really able to get away with crimes based on being able to pay, bribes and be corrupt. So I think the South African public do want justice to be served, and they do want to see Thabo Bester, Nandipha Magudumana, and the other 5 accused really face what they should be facing in terms of the laws that have been broken.
But I'll take you back to, what's his name now? Katlego Bareng? I hope I pronounced it right. Can you clarify if the murder charges were dropped? Because I think you mentioned mutilating of a body. So can you clarify why that is, or why that charge, is that way? And because is there any questions as to what or how he died, or what led to his death in the first place?
So also what I can confirm is that the National Prosecuting Authority have taken the murder charge off. You are correct. They have removed that murder charge from the charge sheet. And what we understand is that the reason why the charge was removed as a murder charge was because it seems that police investigators don't have enough evidence that they actually had murdered him. There still are questions in terms of how he was killed and what happened, but what it seems is that he was just a replacement body. So that is why the charge that's currently on the charge sheet is violating a corpse, and that's all that they can actually charge the accused for, is because what it seems that the National Prosecuting Authority and police have evidence in that effect that they had violated the corpse.
All right, let's also talk about the possibility of of further indictments of other people being involved or being exposed. There have been reports about celebrities who visited him whilst he was in prison. Are we expecting to see that there will be more people who will be brought in to either standing as witnesses, or who would also be sued, for aiding in some form, maybe not this, but some other, aspect of the crime? Are we expecting to see more names?
Indeed, our police minister, Bekele, has come forward and said that they are looking for what is called the sharks in this case. So the people who really helped Thabo Bester get through, walk out of prison, in fact. So there is an indication that there are more people that are going to be arrested. It's obviously time will tell. And I'm sure that the police would want to make sure that people know about the arrests as quickly as possible, because I think it will be seen as a feat on their end in, making sure that they have arrests. You are absolutely right. In terms of celebrities, there have been reports of at least 2 celebrities that visited Thabo Bester in prison. The one is an actor by the name of Sinzi Ngema, and she has come out on the record saying that she's cooperating with police, that she is not embarrassed about the fact that she visited him in prison. She had some dealings with his company, 21st Century Media. She'd been booked for an event, and she was actually visiting him in prison to get the money that was owed to her. So that's what she has said on the record. She has subsequently removed that statement from her Instagram profile, but definitely it does appear that there were lots of high profile celebrities that Thabo Bester was engaging with in and out of prison in terms of making money and running the scam.
A lot of people would argue that this would make a very fantastic TV series or, of some sort. South Africa just always continues to give. Thank you so much, Candice, for stopping by. Good to see you again, and we look forward to, of course, having more conversations with you as this develops.
Thanks so much, team. Have a good day.
Absolutely. All right, now let's see what else is going on the continent, but now in the world of sports. That's what comes up right next.